This week in East Brunswick, construction continued to be completed at Community Players Playhouse 22. Township Arts Coordinator Dolly Vasta for a progress report and a brief tour of the construction site.
Hi, I'm glad you could make it back. Well, as you can see, we're in the final phase of this whole little production here. You know, I always think when I'm producing a show and any show gets to this point in a production, I call it the point of no return. You can't go back, you just go on ahead. And that's exactly what we're doing now. October 7th is really looming up, and of course that's our opening night for Mikado. But since you've been here last, there's a lot of work that has been done. Let me see. The masons have finished doing all their brickwork. And as I explained to you last week, the brick was taken from the foundation of the old house. It's brick that was made by the South River Brick Company. They're no longer in business. And from what I can understand from the masons, this is one of the best bricks that was available. In fact, if you went to buy it today, you would really pay a small fortune for it. We feel it's a little piece of history that's repeating itself. Today we have the plumbers, the carpenters, and the electricians. They're all here working. You know, some years ago, the Community Players did a production called Pajama Game, and in it was a song, Racing with the Clock. And if I can recall the lyrics, it went, when you're racing with the clock, and you're racing with the clock, and the second hand doesn't understand that your constitution isn't made of rock. That's exactly the point we're at. You know, in a couple of weeks, when you do come back, I might even be able to serve you a cup of coffee. But listen, let's not stand here any longer. Come on in and I'll show you around a bit. Okay, what will you have? Coffee, tea, soda? Well, listen, in 2 weeks' time, I'll be able to give it to you. This is our refreshment booth, or our counter. The mason still has some work to do on it. The front of this, if you can see, if Pete will pan down for me a minute, is there are little tabs sticking down. And the mason is going to work with the brick that we have left, and he's going to do a counter thing for us in the antique brick, which I think is kind of special. All of a sudden, it got very quiet in here. Come on, guys, you can keep on working. Next to me over here, what? Well, guess what I'm standing on? Well, what used to be standing here, that is. Do you remember the old poles that used to come up in the middle of the aisle that you had to kind of crane your head around if you were sitting on an aisle seat? They're no longer here. Every seat in the house is now perfect vision to see the stage. Those two beautiful lights that you see up on the wall, they were donated to us. They're replicas of old carriage lights. And our electrician just got them installed the other day. The walls themselves are going to be covered in a very beautiful royal blue fabric. It's a flame retardant fabric which we ordered and just came in. We're going to start on that Saturday. Well, I finally made it to this stage. It took a long time, but I finally got here. You know, I wonder if Mary Martin really started this way. I want to show you something in the back. You see those gray doors back there? I think they look like old cellar doors myself. But actually, they're for a very practical purpose. We'll be able to move scenery in and out of them without coming through any of the other exits. And Pete, if you can try and get some of the height that we've got now on the stage, we went all the way up 15 more feet, so we really have a tremendous amount of room. And the stage itself now goes back to the back wall, so the size of the stage is 35 feet wide by 60 feet in depth. We can do some pretty good productions on a stage like this. Well, listen, it was really great to see you back. As I said, if you come back in 2 weeks, I'll be able to make you a cup of coffee out at our snack bar. And don't forget, call us for tickets. We need all of your support. Just 254-3939. Take care. I'll see you. Hi. Glad you could make it back. You know, Mother told me there would be days like this. She just didn't tell me how many of them there would be. Well, as you can see, the work is just about completed. At least all the major things are done. Have some fine do, like putting in doors in the bathrooms, fixing up the office, getting the refreshment booth set up, and making the lobby generally beautiful for all our great patrons who come see us. Of course, there's an awful lot of stuff that we're not going to be able to do right at the moment because, as they say, your money is starting to run out. And that's exactly what ours is doing. It's starting to run very low. We've really been very, very lucky, though, because we've had some marvelous contributions made to us. Kmart has donated our chrysanthemums, which, by the way, I do have to plant yet, but they donated them for the front of the building here. Hannah's Florist has given us baskets of hanging plants for our lobby. And we got a marvelous donation yesterday that Max Sam's Tile has donated to us 165 square feet, I believe it's called, of gorgeous ceramic tile. There's just one small problem. You do need an expert to put this down. So listen, if you know of anybody out there who would like to donate us a few hours and maybe come up and put our tile down for us, I'd be eternally grateful. I really can't see myself grouting. Oh, listen, before you leave, I have to tell you something. This year, for the first time, we are really sending out a really super subscription brochure, and it's got a lot of great stuff on it. You save up to $2.50 if you do pick up a subscription series from us. I'm having trouble with that word this morning. It's chilly out here. Subscribers, which we will have this year for the first time, by the way, is a Sunday afternoon matinee of all our shows. Why, we have a discount plan at 2 great restaurants in the area. So any of you housewives whose husbands are glued to the football, if it ever goes back on, or whatever sports they're watching, grab a friend. Who cares who? Get a subscription or later. Hey, I'd like to sit around and talk to you for a long time. You've been so great coming to visit me all these weeks. But listen, they gave me so much to do. I have to paint, sweep, vacuum, dust, and plant. I'll see you next week at the opening, okay? Take care. Hey, wait! I forgot to tell you something. Starting Monday, October 18th at 7 to 7:30 p.m. at night, I've got a great new show that we've come up with. It's called For Art's Sake. You know, there's a lot of talented people in the area. And we're going to go visit them, do some on-location shots, talk with them, find out what really makes them tick. I'm so excited about it. So don't forget, tune in October 18th, 7 o'clock p.m. We're going to cover the dedication and the reception here at the Playhouse. You'll see some directors, hear them talk about funny experiences. Don't forget, join us. I'll see you.